everybody, welcome back to the All Things Good channel and to this week's video. How are you all? I hope you're all doing very, very well. Thank you for bearing with me. There was no vlog last week, was there? And I've had some lovely comments from you, well wishes, and they have meant such a lot to me. Thank you so very much. But I'll start with the bad news. I haven't been very well at all. I think, as most of you that follow me and have followed me for some time will have noticed, and I really sort of hit a real low and had to take myself off to the doctors and admit defeat, really, which I did. Fortunately, I've had a tremendous amount of support both here at home from my family and from medical teams as well. And I am hoping to be fighting fit very, very soon. I will explain a little bit more about it later on in the video. It's a little bit detailed, but I am on some medication and I am 10 days into that medication. And I have to say that it is really now starting to make a difference the last couple of days. So I'm very, very pleased about that. And I'm absolutely thrilled to bits to be back with you this week. I have grabbed myself my morning coffee, and it sounds very hollow in here, doesn't it? And I shall explain why. And that is because through all the madness that I've been going through, the building renovations have actually completed. We are now builderless, no builders on site. It is all done and it's absolutely super. But that dreaded sofa that was in my diner, the other side of this kitchen, is now where it should be, in the lounge. Fantastic. And Nancy's moved into her new room and I've got a functioning utility, which is absolutely super. But it now means that that half over there of my kitchen is completely empty because I don't have my dining room table yet. That's still in storage. I can get a date from the removal company, who have got everything of mine in storage, to bring some items over for me. But what a relief. What a relief. I know it's only been 4 weeks from beginning to end, but it feels like a lifetime, and so much has gone on since we moved into the house in September. It has been non-stop, full on, busy, busy, busy. And it's actually nice to now see the result and to be using the house almost as it should be. We are almost there. Those last few items to come in, then I can tidy up, put things exactly where they should be, and get ready for Christmas as well. So it's been a really difficult time, to be honest with you. As I say, I will explain a little bit more later in the video, but I am definitely in the mindset to be on the road to recovery. And as I said, I'm fully supported, and have you as well, and your support is tremendous as well. But I did have to sort of go, help, last week, and it's a good job I did, really, because it turned out that was probably a little bit more poorly than I thought. But anyway, I am on the road to recovery and I am going to fight this absolutely 100%. I have managed to get out and about a little bit. It's important, isn't it, to do the things that you enjoy doing, even though sometimes you don't enjoy doing anything when you feel a little bit off kilter. But I made myself go out and I've had a little trip to MAXX. And also I've got a little bit to show you, obviously, of what's been going on here. But I did have a week off, a proper week off really, of vlogging. So I've tried to keep up with what's been going on here. But in a nutshell, it's done. The worst is over. And now we can sort of all move forward. But grab yourselves your morning cuppa. Happy Sunday morning to you if you're watching this on Sunday morning. Very, very pleased to see you. Thank you for being here. Grab yourselves a cuppa, as I say, or your bacon sandwich, or whatever it is you do on a Sunday morning. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's video. Let's get into it. Oh, not the prettiest sight. I'm going to do my hair and chat to you at the same time, because a little bit of an explanation as to what's been going on. Let me just turn my straighteners on because they're very musical. Like that. Okay, so didn't do a vlog last week, as you know, and I've actually been to the doctors and I have been signed, very musical straighteners, I have been signed off work for a month, and I have gone back on to some medication I've been on before, which is called fluoxetine, which is Prozac. I'd had that awful stomach flu thing a few weeks ago, and then I seemed to get physically a bit better, but I really wasn't better, and I just started to feel very, very unwell, and everything was out of focus. I couldn't concentrate from one second to another. I couldn't read anything properly, and it was all going a bit pear-shaped. And the last time I felt like that was back in 2016, which I've mentioned to you before, when I actually had a bit of a breakdown following a lot that had gone on at the time. I'd got divorced and I'd moved house with my very young children at the time. I was in remission from cancer. My sister had got cancer and then passed away. There was a lot to deal with, and sort of when everything had sort of literally died down and all the practicalities had been sorted out after Sarah's passing, that's when it kind of hit me, and I wasn't very well at all. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I went into work last week, couldn't even remember the journey there, and my levels of anxiety were through the roof. My chest hurt that much, I thought I was having a heart attack. I was in a really, really bad way, and I completely broke down at work in front of everybody and had to have a bit of a chat with my bosses, and I couldn't pull myself together, basically. I just hit an absolute all-time low. And I realised at that point that things were completely off kilter, and I realised that the physical illness I'd had the week or so before that was my body saying, you are completely off kilter. Mind and body has just gone off the scale, really. And I realised at that point I was poorly, really poorly. I left work and took myself straight off to the doctors, who were amazing. And they could see I was in a really bad way. And I don't want to dwell on it because this is the All Things Good channel, and doing my vlog is something I love. But in essence, good old chat with the doctor. It was obvious to them and to me that actually I had gone into another breakdown. It was sort of beyond stress and anxiety at that point, and it had just sort of culminated in mind and body saying stop. So yes, they said, yes, you're definitely having a breakdown of sorts. Go back on your medication, we'll get some therapy going, and you need a period of time off work. So I am off work. I am a week into my medication with no major side effects. I have been on it before. My anxiety levels are still very, very high. I've got this pain, this sort of deep sort of ache here in my chest. But I'm a lot brighter than I was this time last week. Taking the days slowly, methodically, just doing what I need to do. But the doctor also said it's very important for me to try and do the things I enjoy. And like with any depression or anxiety or anything like that, it's very difficult to do the things that you used to enjoy because you don't find enjoyment out of them necessarily. So you have to have a little bit of a word with yourself as well, and you have to try and pull yourself together a little bit, even though it's very hard when you feel like that. But anyway, I'm a week in and a little bit brighter. I'm here doing my makeup and my hair, and I don't look the best, but you know, I'm making the effort to get up and shower and do all the necessary things. But I mean, look at my hair, it's dreadful, isn't it? All these horrible grey roots are coming through. But I was meant to go to the hairdressers a couple of weeks ago, couldn't face it. Rearranged it for last week, couldn't face it. Rearranged it for the end of this week, so hopefully I can get my hair done, which will brightened me up a little bit as well, but it was just the thought of sitting in the hairdressers for, you know, like 3 hours was just not something I could cope with at all. And, you know, I'm not going to do the woe is me or anything like that. I have a beautiful family. I have a lovely new house, and I have so much that I'm sure some of you might be watching this thinking, what's your problem, Paul? You know, you've got so much going for you. And it's true, but unfortunately mental health issues don't work like that. You could be the richest person in the world, you could be the poorest person in the world, you could be the happiest person in the world, you could be the saddest person in the world, and this could still come upon you like a ton of bricks and knock you for six. And it has. I do count my blessings, as you know, very much so. But there is a lot going on, and there has been a lot going on. It's been an incredibly busy year. Well, more than that, an incredibly busy couple of years, really, as you well know. But at least I was able to see there was a problem, quite a big problem, take myself off to the doctors, like I said, and scream and shouted for help, which is so important, so important, because actually once you do start talking and once you do ask for help, it is there, and you do get it in all sorts of formats, and you do start to instantly feel a little bit better when you do tell someone, and when you do admit it, and when you do talk. It's so important. So that's where we're at. As I say, I'm improving this week. I desperately so want to find happiness and joy in the things that I do love and enjoy. I want to be able to enjoy Christmas. I want to be able to go to the shops and look at the Christmas decorations and all the things that I normally love so much, and be filled with that awe and wonderment of the lovely time that is, upon us. It's just been one of those things. It's just all hit me, really, and there's no other explanation, and there's nothing more to it than that. But as they say, that'll do for today. Onwards and upwards, and equally, musical straighteners, your support and encouragement and lovely comments have helped me so much, and I'm very, very, very grateful. And it will all be okay. It will all be okay in the end. I've just got to be so careful, and I've got to look after myself. And I've taken the right steps to do that. So tick, tick, tick. 10 out of 10 for me, hey? Definitely taking the right steps. I've got a lot of support, and it's all going to be okay. So I'm going to crack on with today. There's not much going on, really. It's nice that we've now got quiet in the house. We've just got decorators here now, finalising Nancy's new room and my utility. They're looking amazing. So we're definitely on the home stretch for the renovation works to be completed, and within the next week or so we'll be able to move our furniture around to where it's supposed to be, get the things out of storage. So still got a busy little time ahead of us for the next couple of weeks, but slow and steady and positive is the way forward, and it will get done. And I am definitely doing Vlogmas. Like I said, it might, if I have a hiccup or I'm not feeling too good, it might not be every day. I'm going to try and do it every day, but I must follow the doctor's mantra as well as following, what I want to do, and that is to do the things I want to do and to do the things I find enjoyment from, which is this: doing my vlog, doing Vlogmas, looking forward to Christmas and moving forward, and then hopefully the entry into 2026 will be very positive. So I am doing everything I can to get well, and I will get well. Well, November is flying and it really feels like Christmas is just around the corner. So I got myself out and about. I went for a little relaxing mooch around my local TK Maxx. They have some absolutely beautiful items this year. I didn't make a purchase, but it was lovely just to get out and about and see what they have got. And it was quite magical. A real feel of Christmas is now around us. A rainy November day, but I have got out into my local town, so I'm very pleased about that. I am actually just going to have my nails done, so feeling very anxious. I don't expect that to go overnight at all, so I'm riding with it, embracing the symptom, but I'm out and about, and that's the main thing. I'm not going to be out for long, I'm only going to be out for an hour. But I was just thinking as I was driving the car here about when people talk about mental health issues and anxiety and depression and those kind of things, they often talk about it once they've come out of the other side, and they say, you can do it, it's absolutely fine, you're going to get there, I've managed to do it. And whilst that's all true, you don't see many people film or chat about it whilst they're going through it, and equally that's understandable because you don't feel like doing it. But I'm kind of happy to show you me being in the tunnel at the moment. I know the bright light is at the end, and I will get to it, and I will feel better, and things will improve immensely, I have no doubt. But I'm actually still in it at the moment, in that tunnel, that dark tunnel, trying to walk my way through to the end. And I have made progress through that tunnel in just a week, which I'm really pleased about. But I do find that sometimes people talk about being on the other side and saying how important it is to get help and talk and you can get through it. And yeah, that's true. Very few people actually talk about it while they're going through it. Well, that's what I found anyway. So I hope it helps. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, although it's dark, miserable, rainy, cold, I'm going to go and get my nails done. Don't know what I'm going to have, but let's go for a change. Let's have something new, different. All done. Went for it's almost like a dark, dusky pink, but it also looks a bit brown in some lights. So we've gone very autumnal. Super early on Thursday morning. Can't wait for tomorrow when I can have my hair done. So excuse the appearance. I got up super early because the carpenter's coming back today. So we've had a few days now where we've had the decorator in and no workmen. So it's actually been nice and quiet, which has been lovely. But the carpenter's back today to do a few little last jobs, one of which is to put a door on the new utility, because we did have a door, but it'd been ordered in the wrong size, and so we've had to have a replacement. We've had to wait a few days for that, so the carpenter sort of finished as much as he could, and then he's coming back to finish that off. There's a couple of little jobs that need doing, and then tomorrow we've got the plumbers back to put in a radiator in Nancy's new bedroom to be, and also the blind will be going in Nancy's room tomorrow as well. So it could very well be that if that gets done relatively early in the day tomorrow, we could potentially move Nancy into her new room tomorrow afternoon, which is exciting. We do have a little bit of problem with the sofa that's caused me a lot of problems really since the day we bought it, but there we go. That'll always be a story, won't it? The removal company that have a lot of my items currently in storage don't have any availability to help us bring things out of storage until the 26th of November. Now, that's okay, but it just means that when they do that and we finally get the house organised, and then straight into Vlogmas as well and Christmas decorations. So we're going to have a really busy week that week. But yeah, they've got no availability. So we're going to try, with the help of possibly the builders tomorrow, if we can get Nancy's room sorted and everything out of her current room into her new room. They might be able to help us move the sofa into what will be our new lounge, which is Nancy's current bedroom. I'm sure you follow. If they can help us do that, then we can actually have a functioning lounge. Nancy's got her room sorted, and we can start getting a little bit more organised, albeit it means I won't have my dining table and my other bits and pieces out of storage to go in here until the 26th of November. But I think we can cope with that. It's just that living in the kitchen as a sort of little lounge at the moment is starting to get us down a little bit. You know, it's the only place we can sit in the evening and watch a bit of telly, unless we watch telly in bed. But it's a little bit like, oh, we really need to get out of the kitchen now. And also the sofa's now blocking the door into the utility, which is a fully functioning utility now. So it's a little bit like we're going around an obstacle course. So it's now sort of finding the timings in which to be able to move everything around and start to get a little bit more organised. But to say that we're on the last few days of it is incredible, and it feels like a really long process, but actually 4 weeks ago none of this had been started. So the fact that it's actually been done in 4 weeks is actually quite incredible, and the quality of the work is superb. The builders have been amazing, and they're such a joy to have around. They're lovely people, and we've had an absolute hoot actually. And except for the problem with the sofa, which is a little bit still ongoing in terms of the hole in the sofa, that's the only thing really that's not resolved yet. But we have got somebody coming out from Sophology on the 19th of November, an inspector who's going to come and have a look at it and assess it and see whether it's a repair job or a replacement job. Either way, it'll get sorted. It's not the end of the world. Nobody's died. It's a sofa at the end of the day. If it's not sorted before Christmas, I'm just going to throw a throw over that arm so you can't see the hole. We can work it out. It's not a problem. But yeah, just sort of excited to get these last couple of days out of the way. And we're there. We're very nearly there. So in the couple of weeks that I've been away from YouTube, a lot has still been going on here in the background with the new house renovations. Here in Nancy's room, they were getting ready to put the new doors on, and actually we have had new doors throughout the whole house so they match. Got a beautiful herringbone wooden floor put down in Nancy's new bedroom to be, and it's all been go, go, go. And once all the plaster was dry in the utility to be, we have now had our cupboards put in, shelves, tile splashback, sink, the washing machine and the tumble dryer could be moved over, and it actually turned into a working utility, albeit still not quite finished. But it's so lovely to see everything finally coming together in the place where it should be. And just 2 or 3 days later, the utility and Nancy's room were complete. Painted, everything in its place. This lovely wood worktop has been oiled and sealed. I've got my lovely 2 new appliances that I bought when I moved into the property. The cupboards and the sink are all from IKEA, and they're absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased with how this has all come together. The floor looks great, and the builders even made a little section in the corner of the utility for the cat litter tray, so all the cat things can be kept in here as well. I just need to sort of decorate it how I want it to be now, which will be a little bit of an ongoing process, but a fully functioning utility. I absolutely love it. And once that was done, it was time to move Nancy over to her new room and to turn the lounge, which was Nancy's room, into our working lounge area, which got done quite quickly. Albert took to it straight away. So we've now got the sofa where it should be in the lounge and out of the kitchen, which feels so much better. Still lots to do in here. I've got some furniture to buy and things to do, but at least we've got somewhere to sit now. And Nancy's room, once it was painted and left to dry for a couple of days, was also complete, and we moved her in and she absolutely loves it. So here we are having our moment on the bed. And yes, Nancy loves her new room, which is great. We've got a little bit to do in there. I need to put some pictures on the wall and tidy up a little bit. She's got a lot of trinkets out and about that she does love, but a little bit of a hazard, I think. So I need to perhaps put some shelves up and put some pictures on the wall for her and do those kind of things. And I've got some furniture coming soon from MAXX. I've got 2 new sideboards to go in the lounge, a couple of new lamps and some bits and pieces. Hopefully that will happen in the next couple of weeks as well. And as I say, the things are coming out of storage. My dining table, my old kitchen larder, my white pantry unit that you may remember, a couple of other bits and pieces. But I'm not going to get everything out of storage before Christmas, just those essential items. And then do Christmas, and then once all the Christmas decorations have gone away and we are into the new year, that's when I'm going to go down to the container at the storage unit and sort out absolutely everything else that's in there, get rid of anything we don't need anymore, and then bring the final items back over here. And then we are well and truly sorted. But it's it's quite a process, isn't it? But I am feeling a little bit better at the end of this week, and I'm very happy about that, obviously, because I really did feel incredibly unwell, and it's going to take a while. I'm under no illusion that it's going to take a while to be better and to feel significantly better than I do at the moment, but there's already been some improvement in 10-11 days, so that's reassuring. And I think that also helps me focus a little bit more now on looking forward to Christmas and the Christmas preparations, because I think it would mean that by Christmas, we're sort of, what is it, 5-6 weeks away? Not that long. You know, I'm well and truly into my medication and one thing and another. And I think by then I should be feeling much better. But thank you all, as I said earlier, very much for your lovely comments and words of support that came through following the no vlog last week. And it's clear that most of you could see I needed a bit of a recharge, but I think it's gone a bit of a, well, it has gone a stage further than needing a recharge. It's sort of mind and body sort of completely off kilter. So I think when I had that awful gastric flu or whatever it was I had a couple of 3 weeks ago. That was my body just saying, you're not listening, so I'm going to make sure I do something to you to make you listen. And I think I never really sort of recovered from that, and then just went right down, and here we are. But building back up, you know, I'm in that tunnel, there's light at the end of it, and I'm walking through it now rather than being at the other end where it's completely dark. So positive steps all the time, and very pleased that within 11 days of screaming and shouting for help, that I am already starting to feel a little bit brighter. So I'm very, very pleased about that. Nancy is doing very, very well. She's really, really well at the moment, in very good spirits, loving her new room. So all is good there. And as I said before, I'm getting a lot of support from my family here too. And I have got another couple of weeks off work. So all in all things are good, because I'm being very well looked after. And I'm very, very grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for the time off work as well, because I think that was needed. And, you know, it's you can only do so much dashing about, and so much of putting your office head on, then putting your carer's head on, then putting your daughter head on, then putting your mom head on, then putting your partner head on, running a house, you know, all those kind of things. And it's all just sort of, you know, the plates that were spinning all came crashing down to the floor. So it was time to stop, and that's exactly what I've done. But I'm going to keep this week's moment on the bed short, because the other thing I'm finding at the moment is that I get incredibly tired after I've done a few jobs in the day, or I've been vlogging, or I'm chatting like this. And so there's only a couple more videos left until we're well and truly into Vlogmas as well, which I am really looking forward to. And I promise to be here as much as I can throughout Vlogmas, hopefully every day, without putting too much pressure on myself. But we'll just let it ride, won't we? And just enjoy it, whatever happens. Hopefully there'll be 24 episodes. But if there's not, we'll run with it. And I'm sure you will be quite understanding of that as well. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me this week. Hope you have enjoyed this week's vlog. And until next Sunday, stay safe, stay in the boat, and keep doing all things good. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.